Mike's World. Tubular. Yeah, you heard it. This is Mike's World. Giving Mike's opinion, Mike's ways, Mike's everything. Agree or disagree? This is Mike's World. Man, how far are we going back? Way back. As it goes a little something like this. Hit it. See, check it out, man. I'm just going down memory lane real quick on this one. I told you guys I was gonna be doing a bunch of Mike's memories, and I've lived a crazy life and all that. So I remember Gunner, a bunch of people. They do a bunch of YA videos about them being in YA, and a bunch of experiences of how they got there and whatnot. So I figured, hey, why not me? I want to save some of my real crazy stuff when I got stabbed and all that kind of crazy car chases and stuff. I want to get a little more subscribers. But this is a good one of how I actually started getting involved in some of the gang stuff and getting involved in starting my path, or if you will, career in, being a problem child. I was a shit stick. I had a lot of stuff happen. So I'm going to go ahead, and I don't want to be too specific in a lot of things here, regarding some of the people and whatnot and places, because we're juveniles, you know what I mean? Real young, and it involves other people. So I don't want to disrespect anybody by being too specific here. But I'm going to go ahead and let you give you guys the story, set the scene. This is how I hit, youth authorities. This is how I hit YA. So I'm 11 years old. 11 years old, thinking I'm a badass. I haven't hit junior high yet. I know for sure that I wasn't in junior high yet. I was still in elementary. My friend, I'm just starting to feel like I'm tough, kicking it with some of the boys in the neighborhood and whatnot. My friend, he gives me a butterfly knife. He's like, here, check this thing out. We're all playing with it and whatnot. He gives it to me as a gift. He's like, here's a butterfly knife, Mike. You can keep that. You can have that. Keep that on you. So I'm like, cool, man, way cool. So I remember I had the thing like 3-4 weeks already. Then one day I had missed school. No thing, I missed school. I don't remember exactly why that has nothing to do with it. But I end up going to the school the next day. My friend, my buddy, he's kind of a small. He's my friend, but he was small, height-wise. Kind of a little dude, compared to me. Could be picked on easily. He's small. So I get to school, and he comes to me and he tells me his name's Anthony. I'll go ahead and give that name out. The next day, he comes to me and he's like, "Hey, man, we got a new kid at school." I remember seeing this kid, and he was like, he took my lunch money yesterday. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, are you real? And he's like, yeah, man, he got me for my lunch money. Me being the friend I am, I was like, nah, that's not gonna fly with me. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna go ahead and do is tomorrow we'll go ahead and get that lunch money back. He's like, okay. Actually, I don't think I said tomorrow. Actually, I had it on me. So that day, I was like, oh, no worries. We're going to get that lunch money back. Well, it just so happens I had my little butterfly knife on me. I carried it everywhere. I took it to school. I took it everywhere. Remember, I'm not condoning any of my behavior. I'm just saying what happened, and telling the story. Young, dumb, and all that, like they say. You live and learn. So anyway, I have this butterfly knife on me, and I tell my friend, don't worry, we'll get your lunch money back, we'll get him back. Well, it just so happens, this boy who took my friend's lunch money rides the bus, just like me and my friend both rode the bus, and he gets off at the same stop as us. Perfect. This is when I can get back the lunch money, in my mind, I'm thinking. So my friend, I tell him, we're going to get this lunch money back. So I'm kind of looking at the guy, plotting on him, come the end of the day. We all ride the bus. We get off at the bus stop. Not but 20 yards from the bus stop. As soon as the bus pulls off. Me, being all, young, dumb. I tell my friend, come. I run up on the boy, pull out the butterfly knife. Put it to him. I put it to his neck, and I tell him, you know what? You're going to have to give me back my friend's lunch money, that you took from me. That you took from him. And he's scared. I can see in his eyes he's scared. But that was the point, I'm going to, scare this boy and teach him a lesson to pick on my friends,
especially being new to the school. You don't pull that shit. That was what I was thinking. So I remember the boy gives me was change, man, like 75 cents, 80 cents, and he runs off, and everybody, and I had put the knife to his neck, you know. And when I did that, he was moving a little, and it kind of snipped him a little, just a little, like a shave cut. You know what I mean? I didn't even know actually I did none that at the time when I took the money from him. But bunch of kids were watching. We're like 11 years old. He runs off. Me and my friend walk off laughing. Oh yeah, we got the lunch money back. Ha ha, no problem. Uh, I go my way. My friend goes his way, goes home, whatever. Think nothing of it. Go to bed, whatever. Go to school the next day. When I show up to school, the police are there. They're there. This boy that I done pulled this knife on and got this measly change from, he went straight home. Told his parents what had happened. They called the police. The police came to the school the next day. I get there. Police are already in the office. They arrest me. Straight up. They arrest me for armed robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, and a lethal weapon on a school premises. Because they said the knife at the bus stop's considered a school premises. Those are all three felonies. I'm 11 years old. Here I am getting put in cuffs, taken out the elementary school, and put, you know what I mean, in the back of a police car, taken to the station. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like they were gonna hand me to my parents. These are some hardcore felonies. I go to juvie hall. The judge looks at the charges, looks at the felonies, sees the neighborhood I live in, and says, this kid, he's nothing but trouble. He's gonna end up being trouble. He needs a lesson learned. I'm scared. I'm 11 years old. Didn't think nothing was gonna come from this situation. I'm waiting in jail. I wait in jail 2 months before I actually catch my sentence, and I get a year in YDDC, which is Youth Diagnostic and Development Center. That's in Albuquerque. So I went, and I did that time, and I was scared, 11 years old. You don't know what's waiting on the other side of them doors. And when I got there, just everything I could, I was afraid of, and then some. Everybody was banging every day. It was gladiator school. Guys have been in there doing life, a YO, youthful offenders. It was wild. I'm gonna do some stories on that too. Some scraps that I seen, some shankings, and some bunch of crazy stuff I saw. But just to set the scene, on some of the stuff that I have been through, that was an experience I went through as a juvenile. I committed that ridiculous, dumb thing. But even a quick act such as that caught me, a year in YA. So I did that. Little lesson out there to anybody: don't act bad, don't mess with weapons. You never know. It's a different world nowadays, and you can get locked up real fast for the things you do. Live and learn, all right, everybody. So that was how it kind of started me down my path of being in trouble with the law and having a record, and being used to that life. You go sitting there with the boys, full, they're scrapping. You're only 11 years old. It changes you, and that was just the beginning. I got all kinds of more stories, you guys. That was just a quick one, you know what I mean? Little quick one to for you guys to be like, dang, that's how it went down. That's how it went down for me. I hadn't even hit junior high yet, and I was already in cuffs, headed to to the big house, pretty much. Just how it happens sometimes, man. Everybody, you guys have a good night out there. Shout out, Mike's World.